Hello, folks, and we're glad to have everybody here. I can see Josh from Parks and Tech. I can see Floyd Moats. I can see Ethan Mitchell. I can see Parks and Tech again and Parks and Tech again. I can see 3X Drones, and I can see Coast to Coast Drones. Oh, yeah, that's right. I talked to that Santa guy a minute ago. He came by and told all of us that what was going on with Christmas and everything, and said he had to get back to the North Pole, but he couldn't be on camera just yet. So thanks, everybody, for coming in. And I want to throw it around the room and let everybody get the thing started for our holiday event. This is our third one since we've been doing drone therapy. And it's pretty cool. I'm glad to be doing the third one. Something else I want to tell everybody. We're going to be ending season 3 tonight. This is going to be our season finale for season 3. Hey, Jay, glad to see you hop in the house. Mikey B, good to see you too. And we're going to be ending season 3 tonight. We're going to take off the 2 weeks from Christmas to New Year's to spend time with their families and sneak a few more drones in the house so that we can talk about them in the new year. So we'll be doing that, and then we're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then we're going to be coming back I think somewhere around the 7th or 8th of January. Let me make sure. Yes, the 8th of January will be season 4 drone therapy with the new logo and hopefully a new stingers and stuff. Val, good to see you too. Glad to have you in the house. And I'm going to pass it around the room. And after I get done passing around the room, I'm going to start sending out links to all the guests that I've invited. And hopefully you all can come up with a good drone subject in the meantime. So first off, I'm going to throw it over to Mr. Ron Brown.
Well, thank you so much, Bill. I want to welcome everybody in the chat that decided to join us, and plus our other co-hosts, the great Ethan Mitchell and the great John Cuppi are in the house with us tonight. The holiday show is always something not to miss, and I hope tonight's won't be an exception. And guess what? Today I got to fly the famous Marcus Crawford's Feed Me X8 drone finally. The weather finally cleared, and I got up in the air. So I will be telling tales about it later on in the show. And on that note, I'm going to throw it over to Ethan Mitchell.
Hey, guys. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good holiday season. It's always great to see everybody in, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you all tonight. Hopefully we can get a lot of people on and say hi to everybody. And hopefully you guys will be getting some new drones for Christmas this year. And hopefully we'll see some new drones next year. And so with that, I will throw it over to John Cuppi.
Thank you, Ethan, Ron. Hey, everybody in the chat, everybody on the show, welcome. This is gonna be a great show. As you can see, I'm all Christmased out here. I got the shirt, I got the tree, so I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this holiday special. And with that said, let's just jump right into. I'm gonna pass it on right on to Bill so we can get going.
All right. Like I said, let's see. Ron, I tell you what, since I need a minute or two to send out some guest links, why don't you tell us a little bit about your first flight with the FEMI?
Absolutely.
Oh, right. The FEMI X8 has been out. I think, it's been out for over a year, but most people didn't really have it in the States until like the spring of this year. Marcus got it in like April or May, and he had the famous first video where the prop broke on him, and he kind of crashed at low level. But since then, they've done a whole bunch of firmware updates. In fact, I wanted a firmware update today before I took it off, but I didn't do it at the beach. It's flying real good now. I went down. It was kind of windy, but I checked the, what's the app that tells you the wind? Anyway, I went down. It said you're good to fly. So I took off, and it was quite a bit of wind, but this thing really handled it. It came back in strong wind. It's got the power of like we'll say a Mavic Pro 1. I don't know if I'm saying Mavic Pro 2, but it definitely had some get up and go. And by the time I got done flying, I checked the app again and it told me don't fly at that point. That's how much the wind increased in just the half hour is fooling around with it. I didn't really film anything today, so I don't know flight times or anything like that. I just wanted to get kind of associated with. But we got Arco Drones in the house. Hello, Art. We got Mikey B, the drone ranger, in the house with us tonight. We got the Canadian Drone Hub with us. Shouting out Ethan, Floyd Moats. Hello, Floyd. John's cup. I couldn't read. Jay's in the house with this lady. Jay's going to be with me in the boardwalk on Ocean City, New Jersey, the day after Christmas with Ken Herron's group. So I'll see Jay there. I'll probably film a lot of video that day. So we'll have Jay on the show, well, at least on video here. We got 3 drones in the house with us. Anyways, this drone here started with Marcus. He sent out to Ryan Duvall RD drone reviews. Ryan did a couple of videos on it, even compared to the Mavic Mini. And then he sent it on to me. So I hope to do some Mavic Mini comparisons also, and maybe even some comparisons to the Skydio 2, which should be arriving on Friday. Woohoo! And maybe obstacle avoidance stuff right in under the tree or whatever. So, Bill, how's the invites going, Bill?
Oh, I've gotten a couple of them sent out. We're just waiting to see if they'll get back in here to us. Roger, I've sent a link to Roger from Canadian Drone Hub. And then one of your cohorts in crime up your way that happened to change job recently. He likes playing with electric cars. Hopefully he'll be in here in a minute. Oh, y'all don't know who that is? Sorry, Tommy Polo. Or
Tommy Polo.
Polo Vision for those who don't know. So, y'all come on. I've got a couple more to send out. I'm just.
John, what have you been up to lately? I'm trying to think. What did you review most recently?
So I reviewed the Tiny Hawk a couple weeks ago, but I tell you what, we got hit with a bunch of snow this past couple days, and I was out there. I went back to ground RC, doing some RC trucks with the Osmo Action. I was getting some awesome snow footage with my RC truck.
I'm looking forward to seeing some of that when you get time to edit that video. I know this time of year it's hard to get much production work done. I know last summer, before I got the Hero 7, I put the Insta360, which those 360 cameras have the same type of incredible, ESI on it, whatever, and the same thing. Like it was so steady, whatever, when I put that 360 camera. It was unbelievable. And the old days when you tried to put like just a regular camera on or even an FPV camera, I mean, nobody could watch the video without getting seasick.
Oh yeah. We've come a long way. I mean, I did a video. I strapped a Firefly camera to an RC truck once. I uploaded that review, but then I said, never again will I do that, not until stabilization improves. And that was about 2 years ago. Well, here we are now. And I mean, I was just blown away by the video that I was able to get from that. But yeah, we got in a heck of a snowstorm, and that's always my favorite time to take out RC stuff. It's either trucks or drones. I'm doing one or the other, man. You got to do it, especially here in the Midwest, where you don't always get the snow that you get up in New Jersey.
How about Ryan flying the Mini out in the snow Ryan stayed in the house and he flew the Mini not really far away, but he flew it around the street or whatever from inside the house in what I call light snow or whatever. I mean, that was incredible seeing that, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a pretty good flight, but yeah, you're right. You call that light snow. See, that's funny because to me, that's kind of light snow too, come from New Jersey, but yeah, like I said, he lives in Illinois, and I'm his neighboring state here, Missouri, and you really you don't get a whole lot of snow in those states. You don't get mountains of it, so that was a lot of snow for him. That was a big deal.
Something quick. I don't know if anybody knew, if you've got an Osmo Pocket, there was just a firmware update just a couple of days ago. I actually had issues with doing it through Wi-Fi and had to actually plug in to get it to upgrade properly.
Interesting.
And usually I don't have any issues. It downloaded the package fine and everything, but it just did not want to go through the Wi-Fi in order to throw it up there.
Hey, I don't know if I brought this up last week, John, but did you see that what's Femi's parent company? What am I trying?
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi. One of them. They made a Pocket clone.
Did they really? See, I haven't seen that.
And they had
yes, they did. They had
a pre-release price of like $199 on it, and the specs were better than the Pocket. I mean, like almost all around it had better specs.
Wow.
I'm
yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but I was just, it's funny that they're rolling out now and they're topping the original specs.
Oh, sure. I mean, Xiaomi, they always try really, really hard to create something that's dare I say premium, and they try to butt heads with DJI. They try to butt heads with GoPro and companies like that in creating stuff that has really good specs on paper. So it's gonna be interesting.
I may be wrong. It may be under the Fimi name, this camera. Yeah,
I'll have to check it out. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Josh called it Fimi Palm.
The Fimi Palm, is that what it's called? Okay.
And Johnny Drone Flyer was talking about he just got his Osmo Action, so we can all feel for him.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's the pre-order, of course.
Oh look! Oh, John's is somewhere nearby, or is it? Nope, John's is not nearby.
No, I got mine here, right here. We all have our cameras sitting here.
My Hero 7's, I don't know where it is. It's not handy.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll put a camera up that's better than any of the cameras you had up so far. The iPhone 11 Pro. It can do low light, Bill, with no problems.
I know. I've seen those pictures.
Johnny, you're gonna love this camera, buddy. It's freaking amazing. Absolutely
show him your 3D print. Show him the print.
Oh,
your mount.
Yeah, you gotta show the 3D print.
Yeah, put it in there so you can see the mount, man. Ooh, there you go, Johnny.
See, I need one of those. That's what I need.
I got the GPS on top.
Oh,
this will fit your chameleon.
See, that's really freaking cool because
you want one? I'll send you one.
I pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Are you home driving, sir?
What color do you want, John?
Give me black.
You've been joined by one of Santa's helpers. He came in with the good word. He came in with the good word. We're all going to get what we want for Christmas. Yay! It might not be a Skydio 2, though. It might be the controller, but not the drone. And that's a story for later on in the show.
I got a question for Tommy. You got a Skydio 2 in the background there someplace?
Me? No.
Oh, I thought you'd have one right away.
Oh,
wait a minute. Since you brought that up, is it really true that the chief managed to skip the line?
Who to what?
Oh yeah. Okay. He posted. It was probably about 2 weeks ago, and we're getting an echo from somewhere.
Yeah, we got echo.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, from it was like 2 weeks ago, he posted it in Coast to Coast Drones that he found out that he was going to get his drone early, that it had already shipped, and he was in batch 2.
Who? Chief Mike? Oh, I don't know. He didn't say anything to me about it, so I'm kind of thinking maybe not.
Well, I mean, it would be cool if it was for the fire department, but otherwise I'd be like crying, man, because I want mine.
Yeah, right. Oh, man, I would love to.
But anyway, we're glad to we've been joined by Tommy Polo with the Echo.
Is that me with the Echo? Son of a
little
gun.
bit. Yes, a little bit.
Oh,
I wonder how I can fix that.
let's see. Can I hear myself?
I guess that would be a video subject, huh? So Skydio during a firefight. How does it work?
Fire at night.
Above and beyond drones. Good to see you, sir. It's like the Echo, wickle. Okay, sorry. I'll quit. Okay.
Thank
you. So I'm trying to figure out how we can proceed. Say something, guys.
Hey,
Echo.
Merry Christmas.
Tommy's putting in headphones. We're gonna be good.
How's that?
Wow, it just got really hot really fast.
Now we're back to normal. I just blew my whole Santa Claus routine. Okay, something I wanted to say. And I want to get this out of the way because I got to get back to inviting more guests in. And then I'm going to throw it over to Tommy because Tommy has something he wants to share with us. First off, I'm going to say here's something unique because I'm in batch 1 for the Skydio, but I really and truthfully don't think it's coming anytime soon because Ron's not expecting his until a couple of days. Yeah, till Friday. Marcus just found out his is shipping. I'm like 4,000 past them. and they went ahead and sent me the controller. So I was hoping to have it tonight to actually try to start my drone in California and fly it here, but they delayed it because they knew I was coming on live tonight.
They did.
And since my wife was like, why don't you go ahead and just get something since you're not going to really have anything under the tree? And miraculously, like 2 days ago, I found out that B&H Photo had a new shipment of Mavic Mini Fly More combos in, and Bill hooked up. So
Very cool.
it'll be here probably Thursday or Friday. They were estimating Thursday, but it just left New Jersey today, so I don't see it getting to Seattle by, tomorrow. Unless he's really driving hard. So, okay, and Tommy has something that he just got in and he wanted to share with us. So I'm going to bring that up while I throw out a couple more invites.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I am going to have to read a little bit just because I just got home from work pretty much and put the kids to bed. And,
you're fine. I can drop
and is the echo fixed?
Yeah, we're getting one somewhere. It's like somebody's watching it nearby you, maybe on a phone or something.
Yeah, that's why I plugged the headphones in because I think the microphone was picking up the audio. But what I got here this is from Avid Infinity. This is my buddy of mine, Barry Densley he's from Australia and he's currently in Shenzhen, China. He's currently down there in DJI territory in China, and he did this whole thing. He put all this together, him and his team. It's a Maverick mount, but it holds a tablet. And I had to take it out of the box and kind of put it together. This thing will hold your tablet probably better than almost any other thing I've seen. This thing is just like locked in. And it's pretty neat. You don't have to worry. There's no screws. There's no nothing. Everything clicks together, but it's solid. Like it's real solid. It's got video game like controller holds the Mavic controller. I don't have a Mavic controller. And I think he knows this, but I don't have a Mavic. But
somebody quick send Tommy a Mavic.
Yeah. So yeah. Somebody said, thank you, Ron. But Ron, next time maybe when I meet up with you next, we could try this out. Or I know a few other guys that have them, but I mean the thing is neat. It's solid. It's got the phone holder with it too. If you don't want the whole tablet holder, but I mean this thing is neat. There's no look at this 90-degree turn, and you got full access to I'm making a show worth it. I'm making a show here. But you get this together, like I said, it holds. Let me read. He put a couple key points on here while I'm fumbling with this thing. Let me tell you what it's all about. It's comfortable. It's the most comfortable, most balanced. Where he has the lanyard hole here is like it's very good balanced. And when you have weight on it, it's obviously going to balance a little better. But the lanyard alone, I almost want to say, is worth whatever he's asking for it. Look at this thing. This thick, stretchy, super comfortable. Like I'm going to use this for everything that I have that's RC related, just because it's just like it
looks like beautiful. A real camera strap, Tommy.
It does. Like it really does. Like you just get. You know what? I might have to put this on the Nikon. This thing is so nice. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have until the Maverick comes in. Once that comes in, I'll switch it back over. But it's got the quick release on there. What was it? I think as of right now, I don't even think it's out because he didn't give a price point or anything. But I think he's actually looking for distributors. I know this thing is available in Australia, and he's looking for U.S. distributors. But it's lightweight, super strong ABS. I mean, the thing is solid. Like there's no. I can imagine if you drop this on the ground, it bounced right back up into your hands.
All right, I gotta let you know something, Mr. Polo. The lead elf has arrived and is here.
Look
for
at this
inspection.
guy.
Look at him. He's trying to freaking out Christmas me. Look at him, man.
Right.
He's got the hat. He's got the digital stuff going on, man.
I'm gonna have to go upstairs and get my outfit.
I'm gonna have to get a hat or something or other. I mean, maybe I need to turn my TV on and get.
I'm here to bring
or something
to bring Christmas spirit.
Very nice.
It's working.
Solo.
Very cool. Very cool.
Look, it worked.
But
Oh,
yeah, it's too big for my head.
Everybody's gone and got more Santa Claus stuff. Ooh, look at the sparkles. I like the sparkles, man.
You're kind of sparkly there, my
Yeah,
friend.
look at that
I can go from
sparkle.
gold. I can go from gold to red and back again. My camera's backwards. I don't know what I'm doing here.
From
There it
gold
is.
to red and back again. I'm not sure how to take that one.
Mhm.
However,
I got real stockings, Curtis. Check them out. Real
there we go.
Oh,
Let's see if I can-
I thought you were talking about support holes from the old folks' home. You
See
said
if I can
real,
share my
real
screen
stockings.
here real quick. Hang on one second here. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, it'll come up on my end, and I can throw it up for you.
I'm ready.
Well, it'll come up for me over here. It should.
Standing by.
Well, no, I'm not. I don't have a share screen from you.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see. So I click this. No, I have to be in StreamYard to do that. So click screen share screen.
Hopes that wasn't a copyright strike. That's funny. Might be.
What was it? What was
Right.
a copyright strike?
That song.
This,
Oh,
this
I
song.
no. Well, no, I don't know if that particular version would be. If it does, it does. What are they going to do? They're going to rip. Oh no! Wait a minute. We're adult and over the top. Oh no! Please
So
no.
it says share my screen, but I can't click the button.
I don't know.
I
Well,
wonder
maybe because we have 6 in the room. Someone would have to leave for you
Oh,
to
here we
share
go. Here we go.
screen.
Here we go.
Oh,
Okay,
maybe I
now
missed
here
it.
it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Ah, yes, he does have it. He's correct. Here we go.
So are we sharing now?
Yes, we're
Mhm.
good to go.
Sharing.
Okay, so we are 5 days, 5 hours, 7 minutes, and 42 seconds, and counting.
Oh yes.
Oh,
We're gonna be tracking Santa on Christmas Eve. It's NORAD. In case you guys aren't familiar with NORAD, NORAD tracks Santa every year. It's a tradition that's been going on for 60 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Awesome little thing. Anyway, I just
Very
want to share
cool,
that real
very
quick.
NORAD
Very
is
cool.
great.
Very cool.
That is
yeah,
an all.
listen.
By the way, that is, even though it's a military installation, the tracking Christmas portion of it is an all volunteer service, all volunteer, and they have more volunteers than they actually need every year.
Wow. Really.
Very cool.
Did not want to be part of that.
Yeah, exactly. It's an awesome,
Yeah.
awesome thing.
It's a no-brainer.
They have phone lines set up for kids to call in from all over the world, not just the United States, but all over the world. They can call in and find out how long till Santa gets to my place. And I've heard some of the phone calls and
Back in our
stuff.
day, we had to write letters.
Wait a minute. What was
Yeah.
that number again? I need to ask him about a Skydio drone.
Let me go look for you. There's where is that number? There's some numbers on here.
Santa, I've been being a good boy. That's what it was. That's why Santa let me find the Mavic Mini.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
via phone, you can call on Skype too, but via phone, it's 1-877-HI-NORAD.
Nice.
Okay.
And
thank you.
and somebody will answer the phone.
Okay, I'll have to do that after the show because I don't want to break down and cry right now. Because
Well, Merry
I'm not-
Christmas, everybody. I know it's a little early, but
Yes,
Merry
yes.
Merry
That's-
Christmas.
as I announced
Merry Christmas,
earlier,
Curtis.
we're ending our 3rd season, and we're going to come back strong in January and let everybody have their time off with their family, and then hopefully, like I said, sneak a few extra drones in the house before you get put on the couch after New Year's. Well, no, I'm just it's actually pretty cool now because I don't want as many drones as I used to. So it used to be like, why is the UPS guy out in front of the house? And I'd be like, I don't. Maybe I ordered some propellers, and some batteries, and maybe a charger, and some tools.
Yeah, after a while, you end up just having enough of that stuff. You got everything.
Yeah, so, and this time it was actually, she was like very cool with when I told her about the Skydio, and then I was just like, she was like, because I was kind of matter of fact about how I thought it was kind of funny that they sent me the controller, I guess, to like keep me on the hook. Hey, Something I wanted to ask you real quick, Ron. Do you know anybody that has canceled their Skydio order?
Well, I do know somebody has canceled the Skydio order. He runs a famous channel, Bill the Drone Reviewer. He had been waiting. He hadn't got his notification as of like Monday, I believe. So he canceled his order, and then 2 hours later, he got his email. Saying it was to go ahead and finish his order.
What? So if we cancel our order, then they give us the drone?
Well, according to Bill, he said when he called up, he said Skydio's people on the phone, the support people were really nice. When he called up and wanted to cancel it, they didn't give him a hard time. They just asked him why, and they were very helpful in getting his order canceled. But the guy said to him, well, you're real close. To getting.
Okay, but wait a minute. So wait a minute. 2 hours after he canceled, they gave him the drone.
2 hours after he canceled, I guess the email was in the system, so the cancellation didn't stop the email coming through asking him to complete his order.
Yikes!
So he went ahead and got the drone anyway. So he ordered.
No. He canceled. He got the email in, the completed order, and he didn't do anything.
Oh wow!
But his concerns weren't so much being late was one concern, but he was also concerned about all the videos that have been out there, with the Skydio reacting bad in those urban areas, flying crazy around trees. A couple I won't mention any names. But
you can mention names if you want to.
Have made videos where maybe they've taken the Skydio into areas where maybe they shouldn't have.
Wait a minute? Does that video still on YouTube?
Well,
I don't think it is. If it's the one I'm thinking of,
it's kind of still on YouTube.
Oh, it's just unlisted.
Is this somebody that we all know?
His subscribers.
Yes, it's somebody we all know.
Yeah, his subscribers can still go see it.
Yeah, but anyway, so Bill
is this the infamous bridge video that we're discussing?
Hey, I thought that was.
The funny thing is, guys, I've heard about the video, but I never actually saw it. By the time I went to look for it, it had already wasn't there anymore. So I didn't actually see the thing. I've only heard about it.
It's still,
I can send you the link.
I was going to say, it's still there. It's not listed. So if you have looked at it or have access to the link, it's still there. And to be honest with you, everything that we saw in those videos, we had already noticed in Kyle's videos. We talked to Kyle about all of that during the show with Kyle about the small branches. Because remember, I even thought that it had crashed there. Remember, because I thought he had edited it out. And he said, no, it didn't crash. It went on through, but it does have trouble seeing small objects like that. And then, and the issue where, like, when it would lose you and it would like accelerate like a bat out of hell up the mountain and whatever, and whip around trees and then come back and find you. And I said, remember I said, that scares me. It looks like if it wasn't sure somebody was there, it would just like slice their head off.
Right.
Well, we saw in that video in urban environments, if it needs to duck around something, it has no problem ducking out in the traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Or over cars or
yeah. I mean, if you had say like a semi was coming the other direction,
Well, yeah, and the whole point is in that particular environment, you should be in control.
Right.
I can understand, if you're out riding on a bike trail or hiking in the mountains where there's not a lot of urban activity, that's the proper way to do that. And that's what we all should do to be responsible, unless everybody signs a waiver and says, yeah, let's go. I mean, I hate
the FAA.
I don't think that qualifies signing a waiver. It's not in the FAA's eyes.
I get all that, but I'm just trying to say that you're
trying to make lighthearted of the situation. I get it.
Yeah. But yes, we do know the video of which you speak, and everybody's in the chat going, "What are they talking about, man?" Wait a minute, people in the chat, do you know what we're talking about?
I'm not sure. Is this the one where somebody went through a bridge and over a car and over some people?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that one.
Okay, I know the one then.
He's part of the dynamic duo.
Got it. Yeah, I did see that one.
Dynamic duo.
I was amazed that he did that.
Yeah, it was brought to my attention by a very dear friend. And we kept saying, no, we're not going to do it. No, we're not going to do it. And then we went and did it. And we were like, oh my! But it was really well edited. The only thing that I saw was questionable was the one car that you could definitely tell it passed over top of while it was moving in traffic. You know, everything else was kind of, you had to guess at it and say, well, I don't see how logically, but you couldn't see it in the video. It was just that one section of the car. I was like, oh, you know, everything, it seemed to be cut very well up to that point.
I will say though, as questionable as the legality of that flight was, I thought that it was pretty impressive what it was doing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It was phenomenal, man. I mean, and it did what it was supposed to do. The only thing I thought was really weird was when it went over and stared at that brick wall.
Right.
You remember it just kind of like hung out and stared, and he was like, I don't know what it's doing, man. And I was like, I didn't have an explanation for that one either, because we were all like, that wasn't that way when Kyle did it. So I have no clue what that's from.
Yep.
So in the chat, Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger, says it's not like Bill was going to have it track him anywhere, so he didn't need it. Well, we know Bill doesn't do a lot of running around, but it still does object avoidance with the remote control. So there's still a lot of opportunity for him to do some testing and not just tracking. That's what everybody's talking about as far as the Skydio goes. They're all, oh, it tracks this, it tracks that. You know, I'm 58. I'm not going to be running fast anywhere. So as far as it tracking me, it's like, you could probably track me with anything. Well,
Kurt, maybe you'll get one of those boosted boards for Christmas that you can.
I got a buddy that's got a one wheel, and I tried to step on that, and I was like, nope, this ain't going to be happening. I'm not in that generation.
Hey, at our age, a boosted board equals broken hip.
Right.
You're right.
It gets rough. It gets a little rougher when you crash at our age. By the way, Seahawks.
Oh yes,
doing very well this year. By the way, just throwing that in there.
Oh, and it was like we had the mega gift Sunday, man. It was like everything just fell out on the table at once.
Yeah.
So we could go ahead.
I was going to agree with Curtis that you know, I know everybody's hyped up about the tracking, but you know, being able to do like a pull away through trees and stuff like that, and not having to worry about it, I think you know, and you know, Ken Dono had a Google Drive open for raw files from the Skydio, and I downloaded some of them, and the image quality on it's fantastic.
Ethan, he posted like a 2-minute cinematic video today of clips that he's taken with the Skydio cinematic clips. And if he would have told me the Skydio, he could have told me it was a Mavic or whatever. The footage looked very good to me.
I was trying to. There was somebody that posted their order number last week, and they were like 1,000 ahead of me, and they were like, "Okay, Bill, I'll let you know when I get the email." You know, and I don't. The thing that's kind of funny was I'd almost like to know what Bill Horsch's order number was to see how far it was off of mine.
Well, just think about it this way: you're one step closer.
Yes, I am. I am.
After the show was over, we told Bill, well, you know what? The Skydio 2's on eBay for $3,000, and it's got bids now, whatever. Maybe you should just went through with the order and put up on eBay, and you would have pocketed enough money to buy yourself that new Mavic 3, which is more Bill's wheelhouse. You know, Bill's a DJI guy. He does his best work with DJI drones. Not saying he wouldn't have done good with the Skydio 2. He may have knocked out of the park. We'll never know now. But I mean, his bread and butter is the DJI drones, and the Mavic 3 will really be, you know, what's probably best for him.
Well, that's myself too. I'm kind of holding my breath for the Mavic 3.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not even considering Evo 2?
So there are some folks that want me to talk about the Evo 2, and Bill, you and I both know them. So I'm waiting to hear from them.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
they're going to have to talk to me. I mean, that's all they're. You know,
The thing about that kills me is I drive by it like all the time, and I never stop.
They've called and they said, come up. And I'm like, hey, I'm working, but what do you want to do? They said, just come up. I go, well, I'm working. What do you want to do? They said, just come up. I go, I'm working. What do you want to do? I'm not going to.
Okay.
I'm not just going to drive up there for nothing, you know.
Oh, yeah, exactly. For sure. I can see Josh. I think Josh said that I think Bill Horsch pre-ordered the Xeno 2.
He did.
He did.
Well, that's a great deal, man. That's something that he could play with, and the fact that it's basically an upgraded Mavic Pro would be something he could handle, and the firmware updates and stuff are a little different, so it'll give him another area to play with.
Well, the new one does the firmware updates on the phone app, just like the DJI drones. You don't need the Windows computer anymore.
Steve Carpenter in the house.
Merry Christmas, Steve.
Merry Christmas, Steve.
Tell everybody hey and everything. We're just kind of doing the Christmas rambling and stuff. Oh, okay. So since, like I said, this is going to be the end of season 3. What is everybody doing for Christmas this year? What are your plans for the holiday? Let me see if I ever heard back from Roger. I just told him to hit the link.
Unfortunately, I'm in the medical field, so I will be working.
Well, we thank you for your service, because that's a necessity on Christmas Eve, because people do weird things with the presents they get.
Yes, they do. we see it all.
I know.
Let me see if
Bill, how many people can you get in this chat at one time?
Oh, we can have 6 on the show at once, but I can have it
out for a few minutes?
No. The thing about it is I don't know what the problem is with Roger, because it's just everybody here knows you just click the link and it brings you in. But he said he was having.
They can be in the kind of like in waiting room that you can see.
Yeah, I can tell when he comes in. He can be in the green room, but I don't know what the problem was or how we lost him. And I never got an email back from him saying that he was having issues. I know that John had mentioned something about it. And like I said before, you just click the link and it's all browser based and it brings you right on in.
Yeah, it should bring you right on in. I'm not sure. Hopefully we can help him get that solved.
I'm hoping he's still here. I don't even we've got like 21 watching. I don't know. You're welcome to bring more people in and talk to us and everything. We're just kind of rambling about what all we're doing for Christmas. I think I'm going to go see Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. So
I'm going to see that before Christmas, definitely.
Oh, and if you all don't mind for just a split second, Ron, I can bring him in for just a split second, if you don't mind.
I'll duck out.
No, you don't need to duck out. I can bring you out, and then I'll bring Roger in.
Okay.
And I'll bring you back in after we talk to Roger for just a little bit, if that's cool.
But I got to talk to Tommy about something then.
Okay. Do what now?
I got to talk to Tommy about something when I come back.
All right. That'll be great. Be right back.
All right.
And we're glad to have you. You finally made it, Roger. Yay!
It's Santa Claus in the
Santa's here.
Canadian Santa
is
Claus
in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, the Canadian version is in the house.
It's the first time we use StreamYard.
It's really simple. It's kind of basic. That's why I, just click the link and kind of come on in. It's not real hard.
I clicked their link and it wanted me to upload Google Chrome about 6 times.
Oh yeah. It prefers Chrome, but at least you got here. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you in here for our Christmas special because we've had you on before. We wanted to have a chance to get everybody in here that we kind of hang out with and appreciate during the year. And so what are you doing as far as 2020 is concerned? What are you going to do for Christmas? Do you have any new drones on the way? What's going on, Raj?
Well, first off, no new drones on the way, that's for sure. And trying to get through the snowstorm we're having today. And for the new year, I don't know yet what's going to go on. So,
that was
very
concise.
It's undetermined. The future hasn't been written yet.
No.
Okay.
No.
So what are you going to do for Christmas, John?
I'm going to be going back to New Jersey. I am going to be spending time with my family.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Glad to hear that.
Yep,
are you expecting any new drones or anything like that?
Probably not. Probably not this year.
Okay. Ethan, what are you going to be doing? Any new drones in your future too?
Yes, actually, as soon as one of the new big boys drops, that's what we're getting.
Oh, either the Mavic 3 or the Evo 2, one of the two, right?
Yeah, one of those guys. Preferably the Evo 2, just because I'm ready to step out of the DJI ecosystem for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly.
But because not that the Mavic 2 hasn't, the Mavic 2 has been fantastic. It's been awesome, but I'm just ready to try something different. I've had enough DJI products, so we're good.
That's super cool, super cool. And Tommy, what are you going to be doing?
What am I gonna be doing? Well, obviously we'll be spending some time with family. We got 2 little kids, like a 9-year-old son, 6-year-old daughter. So we'll be I'm sure we'll be putting some electronics, something together with that, which is my favorite part.
Oh, wait a minute! Are you afraid the kids are going to be watching, so you can't tell us? It's not fair. We want to know what electronics.
Nah, they're in bed. They're in bed.
All right, so
drones. I highly doubt it, but
okay. Yeah. Well, what kind of electronics are we going to be putting together though? I'm curious now.
No, I think my daughter's got a little electric scooter coming. I have one myself, so now me and her can kind of cruise the streets around.
Super cool.
Fun. I think I believe my son wanted an iPad, so we might be getting something with that. I'll have to set up all kinds of parental controls and whatnot.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that'll be fun. But
very, very cool.
Definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully there'll be. I'm sure Mrs. Claus will surprise me with something, and I know I'll be more than happy with. So there's no worries there. I just don't think it'll fly.
Super cool. Okay, Curtis, what are your plans, and do you have any new electronic devices in your Christmas future?
Let's see. So Christmas Eve, I'm going to be spending on the Canadian Drone Hub with the Christmas special at Roger's Place. So be sure and jump over there, you guys, and check that out. I'm going to let Roger give the times and all that information, but we will be tracking Santa live Christmas Eve on the Canadian Drone Hub. So, and we're going to hopefully, I have an email out to NORAD. Hopefully, we're going to have some of the folks from NORAD come on Roger's show. That's going to be pretty cool, and talk about the history of NORAD and tracking Santa. And there's a long story behind it, but the short stick of it is it was actually an accident that it happened. But I don't want to give away too much. We're going to save it for Roger's show. But there's some good stuff coming up. So that'll be Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, we have a pretty quiet Christmas planned. It's just going to be my wife, myself, and my daughter. What we're getting, I don't know. I know that if you look at my scroll at the bottom, it says I'm looking for a GoPro Hero 8. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I've had that up for about a month. Hopefully the wife saw that. About a month. Every show that I've been on a panel with, I've had that on there. Just my subtle little hint. Yeah, but other than that, I'm not expecting any drones. My wife won't buy a drone for me. That's just not going to happen. She would if she knew what to buy. She probably would.
I think that's the main issue.
But the issue is she's afraid to buy the wrong one, and I go, well,
right?
You can't.
Donnie, good to see you, Donnie. Metro Drones in the house too. Glad to see you. I just wanted to give a quick shout out. Back to Curtis.
So, Roger, you want to talk about the special that you got coming up?
Yeah, well, guys, it's gonna be the same as you guys. I'm gonna be on at 7 p.m. We're going to be on Christmas Eve, and we're going to have a big gang in our chat room also. We're all going to be celebrating. And Christmas morning, I'll be on also. And for the people who aren't going up to see their families, well, I'll be on the air for our guys for Christmas also. So
all the single guys in the house.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
I remember those days. It's like, okay, what do I do now? It's Christmas Eve. I'm bored. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm going to the bar.
Well, no bar here. Dang.
Well, that doesn't mean you don't have any alcohol in the. Well, okay.
I've been begging Roger for a while.
Roger, oh my God.
To read that.
Oh yeah, Roger is going to read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." Yeah, Paul Murray told us all about this. This is going to be great.
And I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas in the chat. That's not going to be around on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so I'm going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas right away. And
I'm gonna try something here because I know that Ron wanted to to ask Tommy a question real quick, but it's going to be so. Hopefully, somebody eventually will get bored and let me want to come back in. But I'm going to drop out so that Ron can come in for just a second.
Drop me out because I got to do something. Yeah, drop me out. I got to go do something there. So.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. You can drop yourself out, Roger. But yeah, I'll do that and bring Ron back in. Okay. I'm trying to bring more people in. I've got another invite or two out right now, but I want to bring Ron right back in. And thank you very much, everybody. Please, on Christmas Eve, tune in to the Canadian Drone Hub with Roger and crew. And in the meantime, tune in for your morning coffee for Canadian Drone Hub with the loves and laughs from all the family and fun with drones and happiness over on the Canadian Drone Hub in the morning. Thank you very much, Roger.
Thank you, Bill.
We'll see you later, Roger.
And I'm back with Ron.
Oh, the magic of TV. I'm back. I had a good time. There was a good party going on in the green room. We had a great time back there. But to answer Bill's question, I'll be going hanging out with my wife's family on Christmas Day at her sister's who lives in Haddon Heights. Tommy knows Haddon Heights.
I do.
So
now I pass there. I pass through there every day now on the way to work.
There you go. Where is your work location now?
Cherry Hill.
Cherry Hill. Oh, I used to work at Cherry Hill for years.
Nice.
Yeah.
You probably remember the old furniture store that is now the new Tesla dealer.
What address or what's it near?
It is right across from the Dodge dealer.
On
right down the street from the Triplex, Mitsubishi, Kia on 70.
I got you. Yep.
Yes.
I know what you mean. Okay, I'll have to swing by there sometime. But what I was going to say,
test drive.
I know you're probably busy, with the family and stuff the day after Christmas. You may have to work, but Ken Herron's doing his meetup on the Ocean City Boardwalk at like noon on the 26th. If you're free that day, you can get down there. In the winter, there's no traffic. So you can zip down there in like an hour or whatever, and fly with Ken. And I know Billy's committed to coming down too, Billy Kyle. So maybe we'll even have some Skydios out there for you to play with.
I'll have to see. I'm pretty sure they're going to make us work.
It's tough for a family man. I know.
Yeah, no, even that. I think it's more tougher to work. I know that they're trying to push out as many cars as possible. It's an amazing company. It's just that they are hustle. They are get them out. It's good stuff. But hey, if a Christmas miracle happens, I would love to take that ride. It's less than an hour. I'd love to do it.
Right. I mean, again, in the wintertime, it's like, you'll be riding down there by yourself.
Oh, Tuckahoe Road. 45 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll definitely keep that in mind if something happens.
And I'll send you time. I think it's noon, but we're meeting right out some kind of a candy store where Ken used to work when he was a kid. It's right near the Mac and Mango's piece of the near the music pier.
Yes, right. What is that? Like 11th Street, 14th Street, somewhere in the low teens.
Yeah, I think so. If you're coming, I'll send you the GPS.
Oh, absolutely. I'll just listen for the sound of the propellers.
Bill's back now. We got Chris Hope in the house with us now, and of course, we knew Donnie was in here, or Paul Murray's in here with us now. So,
Bill, if you don't have those folks, I can get links to them.
Do what now?
If you don't have those folks, I can get links to them.
Have what folks?
Like Paul Murray and Val and.
Oh no! I have room. I have them. I can send them links.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew how to get hold of them. Okay.
No, and I just the whole point is I only invited probably about 10 or 15 people. I mean, there's people that I want to have on next year. I kind of the way I do the Christmas party every year is the people that I kind of hang with and converse with kind of regularly. And then Tommy's a major shutter bug like me, and he's really gotten the bug bad since Luminar 4 came out.
Expert. Yeah, Luminar expert over there.
Since Luminar 4 came out, he's like on it.
This thing, it is too much fun. It's like I never even touched Photoshop in my life yet, and it's like, and now I'm looking at that might be one of the things that I find under the tree is a year of that. So it's like I'm just going to be just taking pictures of anything, anywhere, just to throw them into the editor and see what I can do with them.
Well, guess what? Luminar is better than Photoshop unless you're into. I mean, unless you're in the business of like manipulating stuff like for a company or whatever, But if you're just a photographer and don't do any other type of work or whatever, I'd rather use Luminar.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Maybe I could put that money towards an Evo 2 then.
Man, you should have seen the one they came out with today. It's for the guy. And this is bizarre. He's like, he takes a picture of himself and he has a pimple right here, and then he presses the AI face repair, and then he rams that slider up, and it just goes poof. No more pimple. It's just gone, man.
I did that one time. And I think my wife's freckles started to disappear. I was like, well, wait a minute. Now.
I like those freckles, you know?
It's just funny. I thought it was because I was like, man.
That is, but it's crazy. It's crazy what you do with software. It's amazing. It amazes me just looking. It's like you move a slider and it's like, how does that happen?
Hey, Tommy, tell you the truth, when I take a picture now, and a difficult picture where I know I can't get it in camera right, in my mind, I'm already thinking, okay, well, I don't have to get this 100% right because I can do this, and this in Skyloom. You know what I mean? I even when I'm taking the photo, okay, I won't be able to nail this in camera because it's, I can't get the exposure right or something's wrong, but I know in my mind I can fix it. So I take a picture in such a way that I know how I'm going to come in and edit it.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they could make that for video.
Doing it. What is it?
You probably do the
same. It'd be nice if they could make that for video too.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of times I'll I'll typically overexpose or whatever because I know how I want to bring it down in post.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what that stuff does, man. And it is. It's like a whole new video game to me. It's like I've got a couple video games recently. I used to be a big first-person shooter gamer and all this stuff, but now it's like, now I kind of want to play with some pictures.
Bill, if you got somebody you want to bring in, holler at me and I'll jump out.
Oh no, they'll pop up below my screen.
Okay.
I've got 2 more invites that are out. So if I get a response back from them either by an email or something along those lines, then I'll invite a few more people.
Bill, highlight Jay Santiago's recent comment. He names the place where we're going to have the meetup. Traverse Saltwater Taffy in the boardwalk.
Oh, yeah.
Worked there when
he
was a teenager or whatever.
I know right where that is. That's
look at Steve's comment on Luminar.
Yes. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, it is. It really is.
Well, did you see the one that he did it was 2 days ago where he changed the girl's hair color?
No.
And all he did was duplicate the layers and then brushed out the hair color. The duplicated layer, he really blew it out, right? And then he just brushed in the hair, and that was all he did. And then he fine-tuned the mask, and that was all.
I haven't even touched anything with layers yet. That's like I still got more to learn.
Yeah, all the top is, what I do is I make almost each change in its own layer. So if I do something wrong, I can just uncheck the layer and it goes away.
Oh, really?
It's not like Photoshop layers, which are kind of complicated. You have to have the right one over top of the other one on the Luminar. Art says, "Gotta run. Merry Christmas, everyone." Art,
Merry Christmas, Art.
Night.
Merry Christmas, Art.
Have a great Christmas. Enjoy that little DJI RoboMaster.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
Up there for a second, I missed that one. I saw that.
Oh no, that was just so that they knew what was going on.
Okay.
I saw that. I was just. Well, and Curtis would like to tell everyone here about air data.
I would.
Ooh, oh, yes.
What do you want to know?
You just put him on the spot there.
I think there's going to be a Christmas special. I don't know for fact. I have a meeting with him actually Friday, so I'm not quite prepared to say just yet.
Okay, so there might be a deal coming up soon.
Might. Just a Christmas special. It's just like the week of Christmas or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% for sure yet.
Have you ever eaten this chocolate, Curtis?
Hawaiian host? No, I have not. And you're not quite the very good host if you're not going to share.
Hey, right. The door's open, man.
It's still a 2-hour drive.
Yes, it is. It is. I know.
But we're going to meet up somewhere in the middle together, so it's only a 1-hour drive for both of us.
Yep. I'm in Kent a bunch, but usually on weekends. That's the only bad thing because you're usually all the way home on weekends.
Well, no, Kent's not. Kent's is like a hour and 10 minutes for me, so it's not so bad. So yeah, if you want to do something in Kent, we just need some good weather.
Yeah, true.
You put luck up there.
Glad to see you, Art. Thanks and Merry Christmas to you.
Tommy, I don't know if you've seen this.
Ooh.
I'm stepping into your world, brother.
Let's go. Come on. What are you wearing on your head?
Do what?
Where do you put? What are you looking through there?
Drone Fight Club.
Where you got some Fat Sharks? You got some DJIs? You got what you got? You get the Risky Free
Nice,
Sky.
buddy.
Ooh.
And then
That's the X-Lite Pro.
yeah, and then way over here we're
Ooh.
You're fuzzy. What are they?
it's an older
Marcus?
set.
I was gonna say it was Marvin the Martian.
Those are fly sight goggles. I can't remember the brand. Oh yeah, there's the logo on there.
They look like
Yeah.
bat
Is
goggles.
that the front camera? Is that got the front camera so you don't have to take them off to watch?
Yeah, yep.
Nice.
And then somewhere, see if I can pull. Well, it's kind of stuck under some paper. I've got the box goggles from Flight Test also. But yeah, I've been playing with liftoff, and I'm getting pretty good at it, if I do say so myself.
Very cool. Very cool.
I can fly for an hour without crashing now, and I'm not talking. So I don't do flips. I do power loops, and I do fly through. I do fly through stuff. I fly through the trees, and I clip the trees every once in a while. But
gaps. They're gaps.
yeah, I'm sorry, gaps.
Gaps.
You young kids and your speaking terms and stuff. Okay, so yeah, I shoot the gaps and everything. So there's one level in there.
Nice.
I forget what it's called, but it's the top of a roof, and there's a long set of truss that just goes forever, and I can shoot that whole truss without hitting anything.
Oh yes,
That's
I
the
know.
office
with the
complex.
spinning thing on the
At
top.
the very
yeah.
top, yeah. So that
Yes.
long truss, I can make it all the way through that thing without issue.
I wouldn't get
Cool.
out there and fly that thing. You're ready.
I know.
No,
I
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just raining like crazy out here. Tomorrow we're supposed to get 1 inch of rain.
Ooh.
1 inch of rain. What the heck
Hello,
is that?
from True Drone Reviews. Glad to have you in the house.
So,
Thank you, Roger, for coming in. Just wanted to say, y'all noticed that Brian was here. Say hey to Brian. Merry Christmas, Brian. Cool. Go ahead, Nathan. Go ahead.
So speaking of FPV stuff, so today I put out my 2 videos on building this guy, and basically it's an Arma 10 rooster, and I put
Nice.
let's see if you can see it. I put the DJI system in there, which it doesn't really. Well, I had to make some stuff for the back so to make it fit, but this is probably be the hardest video I've ever had to edit and put together. I
Really?
give you guys bad props to do it all the time. I was like, oh my God, this is taking me forever.
Yeah, some will. Some other ones you'll fly through, but then other ones, oh my God.
Yeah, I was
I've
like,
given up
God,
on
why
it.
can't it be a camera drone video? I know.
How do you
to
like
do
the
that.
DJI setup?
Oh, I love it, man. This
Do you?
is this is the third drone I got it in now.
Oh, nice.
I bought the setup on sale that came with the 2 air units, and loved
yeah.
it so much that I was like, all right, I'm getting another one. So
Yeah,
So
Ethan
I-
was cool. He sent me all his analog gear because he's literally done with it. I've got like a TBS Unify and a few other video transmitters, and I told him, I said, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "I can't." He's like, "I can't go back to analog." He's like, "I'm done."
Wow.
He's like, "It's that big of a deal." He's like,
Oh,
"I'm
man.
done. I
What-
can't."
you know if it so it's everybody's seen the videos. It's pretty obvious that the image quality is awesome, right? It looks good.
Yeah.
But that is not the main reason why I got it. The main reason that I got it is 1, you don't have any static. And 2, the main thing that was frustrating me with my analog builds, and I'm still relatively new, they would work great, when I first got them built. But after like 4 or 5 crashes, then I'd start to have like video issues, like noise when you hit the throttle, or, like you turn it on and then the camera's all overexposed, that kind of stuff, And with the DJI system, all that's not even an issue.
Oh, wow.
It's just rock solid clear all the time. There's no static. There's, you take a crash, you plug it back in, and you're good to go. It doesn't have all those issues like analog does. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I was
see, I
wondering
mean,
about the integrity of it.
I can't say that I have had that same experience with analog, but I have no doubts that air unit is probably doing some really good filtering of it all its own in that little box. So if you got, electrical noise or whatever somewhere in the build or somewhere that that happens when you crash. It's filtering it. It's getting rid of it. So,
well, the way I understand digital work is that it wouldn't even if you did have a noisy quad, that it wouldn't come through in the video anyway.
yeah,
Because it's with the way it's processing. But and also the air unit, records right to it in 1080p 60 frames per second, which, I think the GoPro looks better, but it looks damn good, straight off the SD card. And if you fly these quads without a GoPro on it, oh my God, it's like it just screams through the sky.
Wow.
yeah, that's great because then how many of us just want to go fly and we don't want to put the GoPro and all that stuff on. We just want to fly, and then we'll come home and post some video on Facebook, but all we've got is our Fat Shark DVR. So I mean, it's great that you have that high quality video just on board, even if it's not the best.
Right.
So
Go ahead, Curtis.
I was gonna say my initial plan was to see if I could FPV, which is why I got all this stuff. And then I was going to transfer over to the DJI system, which is going to be a lot more expensive. But once I knew I could do it, then I was gonna jump in. But the one thing I'm regretting right now is I'm loving this RC. It's small, it's compact. It's just it's just a little bit larger than a DJI Mavic 2 Pro remote. Where I don't want to go back to the big Phantom style remote. That thing's huge. It's like you're hauling around a thesaurus for a remote controller. It's like I want something small. It doesn't have to be that big. So why they went with that controller versus something small like this is kind of beyond me. So that's the one thing kind of holding me back right now.
Yeah, I actually think they went with that controller because they had them in stock.
That's a very good reason. But they're investing heavily in this FPV stuff. As far as they're sponsoring Rotor Right and a lot of their stuff. They're putting some money into promoting this stuff. So it looks like they would and they've been really good on design. So I was really surprised when they went with that particular shape of the remote control.
Right.
But now that I'm comfortable with this and I'm comfortable with, liftoff and stuff, and I'm looking at the DJI system going, I could get this, but I'm back to that great big freaking Phantom RC holder. It's like,
you could still put Crossfire on that and put Crossfire on your quad.
Yeah,
that's what I would recommend.
You think that'd be a lot better off than the DJI system?
Oh yeah, I actually have been looking at that remote that you have because I have a Tyrannus, one of those big giant R9s.
Right.
And as good as a buddy of mine sold it to me used for like $50. That's the only reason I got it. But I've actually been eyeing up that one that you have just because traveling with that remote sucks.
It does suck. Yeah. Look at this. Look how big this thing is. I want to get rid of this so bad.
I still like that big.
Yeah, that thing. That's definitely what I want.
Yeah, but when you're flying, like I've got a tiny whoop, and when you're flying with that big Tyrannus, it's like, it just seems kind of silly. And this does everything that does. I mean, as far as what I need it to do. By the way, I went ahead and got the extra larger battery, the 18650s, and put in there. I got the little clips. I mean, it fits fine, and this fits right inside the case still.
Yeah, I would stick with that.
Everybody said as soon as you get the larger batteries and stick in there, it's not going to fit in the case. It fits in the case it comes in, so it's not an issue.
And when you're ready to switch over to DJI, they who's that company? Caddx may have released that new air unit that they're making for the DJI, which is smaller. And you can put in it, but it doesn't have the receiver. Actually, I think they said it does have the receiver in it, but you could use that. It doesn't record on board DVR, but that's a smaller option than the air unit itself.
Do you have?
But yeah, I would definitely stick with that remote.
Yeah, the only problem with that remote for me is it wouldn't be able to replace my big one in all situations, unfortunately, because not all of my receivers would be compatible with it. FreeSky has done some, rather unfortunate things with their radio development choices lately, and I don't know why they've done it, but I would literally not be able to fly a whole bunch of whoops with the X-Lite Pro if I were to get it, because they run D8 first of all, and you can't even get D8 on the X-Lite Pro. That's a huge problem. It would be a huge problem for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely rock Crossfire. See, this has got the DJI Air unit, but I'm not using the receiver. I've got the Crossfire set up.
Okay, so I'm seeing what you're saying, and I'm liking that. So I may be asking you a few questions about that. So you're using the goggles and the video portion of it, but you're not using the controller portion of it. Got it.
Correct. Yeah, it's actually cheaper that way.
I still would stick a GoPro on there. I'd rather have 2 videos.
Oh yeah. Well, the bit rate that it records at is, it's I think it's around like 25, 24. But it is 1080p at 60 frames per second, and the profiles that they have on it, there's only 3 picture profiles, which I don't really care for any of them for video, but for looking through the goggles, it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, I would GoPro is definitely way better. Plus the hyper smooth, or if you use the Osmo, the Rocksteady, that works fantastic. It makes you look like an outstanding pilot.
Well, I could use that.
Oh yeah.
I gotta ask though, you can use just the visuals with DJI. You don't have to have their remote.
No.
Nope.
Like I can still use a QX7 and an R9 and all that, and then good. All right.
Which makes it a really easy. It makes it a really easy conversion process if you have an analog quad, because all you got to do is pull out the video stuff and put in the DJI stuff, and you're ready to go. You don't have to change your remote. You don't have to change the motors. The only thing is
controller's nothing. It's just
the flight controller, nothing. The only thing is that the air unit can only run on up to 4S. So if you're running a 6S quad, you either got to have a flight controller that'll step it down, or you have to get a voltage regulator, which that's what I use.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that'll step that voltage down.
I'm like I can still do flips and all, Curtis, but
flip, then go fast, then go flip, go through a tree, go flip.
Yeah, I wouldn't even waste your time with 5S. I would go right to 6 if you're going to do it.
Yeah, I would like to try that one time, but I got 8. I think I got 8 or 12 4S batteries, and I don't feel like buying all new batteries.
That's my situation too. I've got like 16 to 20 of them 4Ss. Yeah, way too many.
So
yeah, the waterproof drone.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say the waterproof one is still on 4S, and I fly it all the time. The only thing you really notice is that with punch outs, sometimes you'll get really bad battery sag where you don't get it as much on 6S. But other than that, I think they fly very similar.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Did you see this? What Donnie was talking about, the Wingsland? I didn't even know that they were still in business. I mean, I'm thinking that those are probably so old the batteries might fail. I mean, I don't know. Is the company still up and running? Does anybody know?
John, do you know? I haven't seen new Wingsland.
I haven't seen anything new from Wingsland in a long time.
Yeah.
Someone tells me that a lot of that's been sitting on the shelf for a while, and you know what lipo batteries that sit for a while tend to do.
Well, yeah, that could be a problem. Hey, anybody in the chat here tonight who hasn't subbed Coast to Coast Drones YouTube channel yet, please go over there and leave a sub and ring that bell and whatever. We're going to try to get Bill up to 1,000 subs by the New Year. So,
well, we can dream, but I don't see that happening. I would love it. I'm not going to expect anybody to do that. I just love that everybody comes and hangs out with us, even though right now we only have 19 people. Those are 19 tried and true people that want to put up with me and my mouth. And you're all in your mouth. so anyway,
we're here every week.
We try to be comical as well as deliver a boatload of information about as many drones as possible. I've noticed we tend to cover a lot of information every night. We're going to have to go back through and put timestamps. Well, we've already talked. Like the first thing I talked about was the Osmo Pocket firmware update. So Osmo, Pocket. So if anybody has an Osmo Pocket, there was a firmware update about 3 days ago that did something with the focus and a couple of other issues.
Well, speaking of firmware updates, Bill, when I took the Feed Me X8 off today, it asked for a firmware update. So there's new firmware update for this. I didn't do it at the beach, but I will do it on the home Wi-Fi here tomorrow.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Oh, speaking of firmware updates, I don't have a firmware update for the GoPro 7, but I've got a little workaround for you guys that fly FPV. So currently the GoPro 7 will only do the Super View and 2.7K at 60 frames per second.
That's correct.
Okay.
If you step this down to 4K by 4.3 at 30 frames per second, you can get regular stabilization, which still works really, really good on an FPV quad. And then you can,
Very nice.
then there's a
Very
plug-in
interesting.
that you can get on Final Cut that actually stretches 4.3 out to SuperView.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Super tip.
Are you all talking about that Apple software, man? Us window people are hung out to dry.
That's where it's at, man.
Yeah, no.
Adobe Premiere Pro over here.
Apple envy.
He says the one in the final.
Premiere, After Effects.
Yeah.
Windows boy over here. It's still a good operating system, and you
Well,
don't
it's just
have
like
you
Tommy
don't
would-
have to be beholden to Apple's hardware.
I'm straight up Da Vinci.
There you go.
I've got like too many softwares. I'm gonna cut a couple out this next year. I blew I got Power Director, like the whatever the Premiere kit or whatever from them last year. I mean, I like their photo editor, but there's not that whole lot in the Power Director itself that's worthwhile. The Filmora I had for a while. It's something cute and fun to play with. They have some good templates over there. But I guess that would be Adobe and HitFilm. I love HitFilm. I can't run away from HitFilm. But Adobe's kind of getting me to understand it better. Oh, and I'm learning to work in Blender. Yeah.
You've done some nice stuff under Bill.
Yeah, I like the intro for next season is pretty cool. I've made everybody else watch it a million times, so I'm waiting. I might end the show with it or something tonight with it when we get done tonight. So I see Brian True Drone Reviews in the house. Donnie's in the house. Wait a minute, Donnie's saying, I'm not upset with Banggood. You'll see in the video. The drone is great. Oh, really? So he's saying, what is make a video about it. We're going to catch up here, guys. Brian's saying, hi, Ethan. Thanks, True Drone Reviews. I don't think, I just hadn't seen anything from the company in a while was what I thought. Oh, Donnie's saying, what was the other thing he's saying? 6 Black is amazing from the garbage.
Oh, you know what? I do have some information I can kind of share.
Oh.
Okay, kind of share it.
So you guys know that I have the Gladius Mini. Tommy also has the Gladius Mini.
Right.
Oh, yes.
And we were somewhat under an NDA, but the thing that we can say is because it's so close that at CES on January 9th, they are going to be announcing a new underwater drone.
Oh, you're going to find Nemo this time?
Whoa, we're going to go find, what is that? Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't the last one Dory? So
yeah, Dory.
That's why I thought it would be Nemo this time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Saying. No, Dory's an entry level underwater drone. At $4.99, it gets you out there, gets you learning how to do the underwater stuff, because it still operates like a drone, but it's a totally different environment. So you kind of have to rethink a little bit about what you're doing. I mean, if you've flown a drone, it's similar to it, but the thought process is just a little bit different as far as the way you do things. But the new one, Tommy and I got a little previs from China on this thing, and holy mackerel.
Yeah, very cool.
Holy mackerel.
Well, so that makes CES going to be the place. So DJI better get their stuff in order, because they're going to get hung out to dry in January.
We're talking orbits, lateral movement, return to home, full 90-degree up and down. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is going to be neat.
Depth hold at angles. So in other words, you're at an angle. You want to stay at that depth and move. You want to orbit at that angle. Not a problem.
That's going to be great for like hall inspections and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's one of the big. I've gone out and done a few prop inspections for some of my friends and stuff, and they said, "Can you look at the hull?" Well, right now, what you have to do is fly up to the hull, back up, go over 2 feet, turn and go back up to the hull, back up, go over 2 feet. Now you just straight down the hull.
The Gladius Mini. What is that? The Gladius Mini. Is the Gladius Mini already available?
The Gladius Mini is what Tommy and I have right now. Above and Beyond Drones has the Dory and the Gladius Mini. And I talked to him about it yesterday, and he said it's just damn addictive. And the stuff that he found scissors the other day underwater. Who loses? I found watches and wallets and purses, stuff like that. I found an office chair. I found all kinds of stuff down. He finds scissors. Somebody lost a pair of scissors in the water. How do you lose scissors?
Well,
were they running and swimming with scissors? What the heck was that?
You're trying to cut a string or something.
Well, I'm pretty sure they taught us in safety class not to swim with scissors.
Yeah, but the lights have been improved on it. So the Mini has 1,200 looms. We're going 2,000 looms on the lights. So yeah, it's
okay. So is this new drone more of a professional type? So we're talking higher dollar mark, or
here's the beauty of it. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this. Tommy, you didn't hear me say it, right?
What?
Nobody watches us. Anyway, nobody watches us.
The Gladius Mini is going to drop in price, and the Chasing M2 is going to be the same price.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
It blew me away when they told me that. I was like, whoa.
So, question for you guys that fly these submersibles. How far away do you think they are from putting like side scan sonar and magnetometers on these things?
They already have it, and there's going to be some mounts for the Chasing that can do some of this stuff.
So we're going to have sonar flow.
Yeah. So you want to scan the ocean floor, the riverbed floor, stuff like that. Reveal what's down there. There's some what is it called? It's called particulate. So this is really high end stuff, and it happens here in the Puget Sound, and I didn't know about it. And there's a company up here that actually introduced me to the folks at Chasing. They do particulate count in the water, and it has to do with the amount of pollution that's in the water. And by focusing on the particular count that's in this particular area, and then following the trail, they can figure out where it's coming from, basically, and then the EPA can step in and say, hey, you're polluting the ocean, the river, the whatever, and that is a $30,000 drone without even a camera on it. And when my buddy showed it to me, and he drags it behind his boat, it's not even propelled. He just drags it. It has fins and it has motors to go up and down, but it doesn't propel itself. It just drags behind his boat and stuff. $30,000. And I go, why don't you put a GoPro on that thing so you can at least see? He goes, I really don't. He goes, I don't need to see. I just need to know that we're talking a guy that makes like $170,000 a year. This is what he does. But he's been talking to me about it, and he's talking to the folks at Chasing about how he can do what he does with their drones. And this is why this is kind of getting developed a whole lot faster, is because of the industrial applications of this thing. So
sure, absolutely.
They are just 100% on board. So they've got some special mounts that they're putting on this thing. You'll be able to put the list went on and on. There's lasers. Why you would put a laser on there, I don't know. I guess measurements or something. Yeah. So why you would need to measure something underwater, I'm not sure. But I'm learning all this as I because I jumped in literally with both feet and tried this thing out and was like, ooh, this is fun. Anybody, by the way, anybody that has not tried one of these things, there's a couple things that happen when you first get in the water. First of all, you go slow. That's natural. But you'll notice that fish don't run away.
No.
You would expect fish. I mean, I've got videos where the fish are like a gang. They come across the screen, they see it, they turn towards it, and then they come at you like, yo, bro, come at me. I'm talking carp. I'm talking.
They're curious. They want
to know what that thing is. I've had carp circle me, and it's like, wow. And what are the little
thing?
The little perch? The perch naturally run away from everything. These things come right up to you and just stop right at the camera, and it's like, wow. I don't even have to chase after them.
No.
We have a lot of Dungeness crabs up here. I go up to Dungeness crabs, and they raise their arms up, and they just pose for you. They're like, come at me, man, come at me, I'm ready. And you just kind of circle around them and like, this is really cool. They don't scurry away or anything. So if you're wanting to capture underwater animal life and stuff like that, so super easy. And of course, you find the weirdest of stuff. And the weirdest thing I found has been an office chair. I was in Seattle on Lake Union, and the Fremont it's the Fremont Cut, the one that goes out to Puget Sound. It's underneath the 99 Aurora Bridge. I found an office chair in 100 feet of water. The only thing I can think of was there was some kind of pickup truck going over the bridge and it bounced out, but it had only been there for about 2 to 3 weeks. It was not completely covered. That video is on my YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out. But
definitely,
it's
cool.
It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And you mix it in with your aerial footage, and it's like, whoa! I hadn't even thought about doing this. This is pretty cool. You fly over the area that you're doing. You get a few shots of the Mini in the water. And then you dive under the water and do stuff. It just brings your videos to the whole next level.
Right.
I'm wondering if it would be fun to take something like that to the Lake of the Ozarks. That's really the only body of water that I'm close to here in the Midwest. Or would it just be too murky?
Well, so the thing that I found out, and Jim can from because I don't have the dory, and I'm sure that's probably what you're interested in. The thing that I found out with the Gladius Mini is, and we have this brackish water up here. Unless you get running water, it's somewhat brackish. If you turn the lights down and you're aware of where you are, because that's the discerning part. You have a 3D model that's in the app that shows you you're up, down, you're facing towards you, you're facing away from yourself. So when you're 200 feet underwater and 100 feet out, you don't know, you want to come back. Which way do you go? Oh, by the way, the new one, return to home. It has return to home
with GPS.
So you're out 200 feet and 200 feet down, and the thing I found is by turning the lights down, you don't light up the stuff that's in the water, the particulate and all the stuff that makes it brackish. So it's a lot easier to see. And that was one that. For the longest time I was going, I can't see anything. It's just like it's like you're flying through snow. When you drive in snow and you see the snow coming down, then it comes at you. Yep. That's kind of the effect that you get. But you turn those lights down and then you can see. So it does really well in murky water.
It does. It's also neat too. Is like with the lights and all, you can in flight. There's the red, green, and blue sliders. So if you're like, wow, this is
the color
really
correction,
washed out green, you bring the green down, bring the blue and the red up a little bit, and it's like, hey, it looks like normal water now. There's a quarry nearby. It's just like it looks like it's just.
Yeah, it has what they call live color correction. It's essentially filters. So if you're in some greenish water and you can't see stuff, you can pull the greens out so that you get a normal look, and it clears the water up for you so you can see. So
it works.
Gosh,
really well.
I'm not sure the dory does that. I know the Gladius Mini does. I don't have the dory, so I can't tell you if that does. Jim, does that have that?
I could see that being really popular with like scuba divers too.
Yeah.
Oh, they got something coming out for them too, and at CES for scuba divers.
But no umbilical would be cool.
Yeah, it has no umbilical.
Wow.
Now he really just tweaked my interest. So we really have an underwater drone.
But the thing is, it's think Skydio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, understand.
You need to be underwater with it.
That'd still be fine with me.
Yeah. If you're in warm water, I mean, where I'm at in Seattle, no.
That's why you have the Gladius and the Dories.
That's right. But they're making something for everybody. And the other really cool thing about it is a big part of our conversation on all of these live shows is the FAA does this, the FAA wants that, or you broke this rule, you broke that rule. I've talked to the Coast Guard, and the only thing they said to us so far, and the reason I talked to them was because I had a dock owner yell at me, say, hey, you can't put that thing under my dock. The only thing that I've run into so far is on it, as far as a dock that is privately owned, the dock owner owns the dock and he owns the land under the dock if the dock is attached to the ground. He does not own the water between the ground and the dock. And this has been an issue for fishermen for years. And the reason it's been an issue is because fishermen come up and they toss their line under there because fish hang out under there, and a boat comes through, and then it's like, who has the right of way? The dock owner wants the boat to have the right of way because he's paying for that slip space. Most fishermen, they'll reel their line in. It's not really a problem. I mean, there's some buttholes out there. We all know that. And in the case of a boat coming up, in the case that I was in, of course, I would have brought it in. I wouldn't want to get it caught in the props of the boat and lose my my Gladius Mini. But so far, that's the only legality I found.
Interesting.
That's
no.
So that kind of parallels a little bit with like airspace rules in a way. You got to worry about water rules a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's the only thing that I've found. There's nothing. There's nothing. I've looked it up. There's nothing that says that if a whale surfaces next to me, I can't put it in the water.
Right.
Well, I want to jump back in here real quick. I know it's because we've been on for about an hour and a half, and I wanted to check and make sure with everybody on the panel to see how things were going, because I think it's about that time to wind things up, and we can hang out and talk a little bit afterwards and stuff, but I know that some of us may have some family obligations and stuff to do, and I wanted to shout out to everybody in the crowd and say thank you very much for coming in. And does anybody want to say something before we end things up? And I'm going to anything else about drones or anything in particular that we were talking about or rambling on tonight about? Anything?
Nope. Good.
Okay, and I'm going to throw it to Mr. Ron Brown for our season 3 ending Christmas festivities. And we'll see y'all next year. I'm going to go to Ron right now.
Thank you, Bill, and thanks for inviting me on. This is my second Coast to Coast Drones Therapy Christmas show in a row, and it just gets better every year. We had a great panel tonight. We had some great guests drop in. Roger from Canadian Drone Hub. We had Curtis Dart dropped in, stayed. Tommy Polo. So we had some great guests tonight, and maybe we didn't get to the most drone news of any show, but it was a lot of good holiday spirits going on here. Holiday cheer, I should say. And I hope everybody in the chat has a great holiday. I hope everybody gets a nice drone or RC present if that's what they want. And I want to thank everybody in the panel for letting me be part of the show again. And a Merry Christmas to everybody on the panel tonight. And I'm going to throw it to John Cuppi.
Thank you, Ron. Hey, it's been absolutely amazing. It's been a great year. I can't believe, this is where the show is and everything else. It's just absolutely awesome. You guys are great. Everyone in the chat, Merry Christmas. Thank you guys all for coming out. I hope you guys have an awesome New Year and holiday. And yeah, we'll see you next year. It's going to be awesome.
Hey guys, well, I want to say thank you so much for coming out. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I want to thank Bill for bringing me on the show. I've had a complete blast hanging out and chatting with you guys. It's been great getting to meet everybody in the chat that comes and sees us every week. Just really had a great time, and I'm looking forward to next year. And with that, I'll throw it to Tommy.
Ooh, lucky me. But following along with the other guys, I want to very Merry Christmas to everybody in the chat, everybody in the group, and on the screen tonight. I had a great time. I love it when you guys invite me on. It's a lot of fun. I get to see Curtis again. I haven't seen him in a while. Bill and Ron, Ethan, great to meet you, and John, of course. And one last little thing, I got a message real quick. This is available actually in the US and all through AliExpress, and it's the whole thing is only $36, and it's great. And you see this right here, Mavic Mini ready. Just wanted to throw that in there before I forgot. And they said very Merry Christmas to everyone, and thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate it, and I had a blast as always. And throw it at Curtis.
Oh, hey, it's my turn. Look at that. All right. Hey, well, Bill, thank you for having me on. I know that I'm always at work and I can't always make every show, but I did make a humongous effort to get here today, and I'm glad you guys had me on. Congratulations, season 3, episode 33. That's a lot. I mean, Tommy knows that both and I did a show, and it takes a lot to put on a show. So congratulations to you guys for a great season. Looking forward to season 4 and that starting out. Want to wish everybody in the chat and everybody on the panel Merry Christmas. Go Seahawks. And I guess we are out of here.
We're getting close. I wanted to say my good evenings, and I'm very grateful for having all of you on the panel with us. And I'm very grateful that it's okay. I know it is.
Good Lord. Sorry.
Oh, that's the thong kitty.
Yes.
That's the thong kitty. And if you didn't know, you have to go check out John Cuppi's page to know what I'm talking about. Again, I'm very grateful. And Marcus, I'm glad you got my Christmas present. I'll be looking in the mail for it to arrive soon because I know you went out Christmas shopping tonight. Anyway, yes, Merry Christmas to everybody, and I want everybody to have a safe and happy holiday season. We're very grateful for you all to be here, and we will be coming back January the 8th after a 2-week hiatus for everyone to spend time with their families. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope to see you next year.